What is going on? Justin here from Bonafide Kayaks. Of course, I've got Remy down here with me. Go ahead, Remy. Say hello. Hello, Remy. Good girl. There you go. It is super cold back here, so I'm gonna make this video short and sweet today. I've got the P127. I'm coming a little bit further towards the stern on this one. I've got the bow hatch up here. I'm gonna go over it as well as the internal bucket that is included with the boat. Since this is a premium product, we thought it was necessary to include this drop down accessory. It is super convenient and helpful when on the water. You can store any type of gear in here, whether that be tackle, maybe use it for dry storage, stick a jacket in there, maybe even a battery for your fish finder. You can use that storage option as you see fit. So if you're familiar with Bonafide at all, you know that we love these double header hinges. We first started using these on the SS127. Essentially, they allow you to open up the hatch, whether you're sitting down in the seat or outside of your kayak. And if you want to open it up from the front and use it for internal storage, or if you just want to clean that hatch and take it off completely, you can. This is a very versatile hatch system. So we thought it was necessary to include these on this boat. So looking down on top of the hatch, you'll notice there's a set of grooves. The ones on the outside are more for just an aesthetic appeal. That center groove can be used to fold that 701 series drive forward to get out of the way for any momentary fixes that you may need on the deck. I wouldn't recommend traveling like this if you have a motor on the back. I'd leave the drive all the way down, but if you need to beach the kayak abruptly, or if you come up in shallow water and need to get that thing out of the way quickly, that center groove on the hatch makes for a perfect landing spot for that drive. So one of the biggest questions that I get is, Justin, does this boat have internal rod storage like the SS127? If you do own an SS127, you'll know that you can stick probably 40 rods in that thing. I've got one rod here today, so that's all we need to figure this thing out. We'll find out today. Can the P127 hold a rod? I'm just kidding. We already knew this beforehand. This thing was designed to hold rods, okay, just like the SS127. Just wanted to clear the air a bit. Go ahead, use those double header hinges. Fold that bad boy up. All right, just like so. You will have to take out the internal bucket because this thing is included. Go ahead and put this thing away. And here we go, bust and miss today. Sliding this thing all the way in, and it lays down nicely right in between the transducer, the recessed transducer area, and it folds perfectly fine. I'm sure you could probably get maybe 2 or 3 rods on each pontoon. To go a step further, let's see, I've got a couple power poles here. That power pole being a little bit stiffer. Oh yeah, not a problem there. You do have to put a little bit of a bend in that power pole, but other than that, totally fine. So yes, a rod will comfortably sit inside the hull, as well as a power pole. If you need to stick one down here during transport, go for it. I know that's really important for me because it just makes everything cleaner. I don't have to put anything in my truck. I can just store everything as is inside of my kayak. And then just like the SS127, you do have a bit of storage going up just a little bit further towards the bow. You have this whole area to play with. So, PFDs, extra batteries, anything like clothing wise you want to put in there, whatever. You do have some room a little bit further towards the bow. So we've actually deepened the hatch just a little bit. We also deepened the bucket itself, so it sits a little bit more deeper than the SS127 bucket. You're going to be able to store more gear, stuff, more tackle in here. Specifically, you can use this space for a fish finder battery. Now I'll address this in a video later on, but you've got this little through hole wiring system that goes from the transducer scupper and then inside of the hatch itself. So you'll be able to wire everything up through that scupper and then pass directly underneath the hatch and into the bucket. And then from there, you can wire anything, whether that be down the left side or right side of your kayak. You can take your wires from the battery to wherever you mount your actual fish finder unit. So the greatest thing about having these thermoform hatches is that they're totally replaceable. They come right off with those double header hinges. If you decide to put holes in this thing to mount gear track on here, and then later down the road you decide that you don't want that anymore, you can buy a brand new hatch off the website. Same thing with our drop down buckets. Okay, we'll have this as an accessory. So if you want to drill holes in this thing, you want to put Yak Attack through hole wiring kits on this, and then if later down the road you decide you don't want it anymore, you can purchase another one of these off of our website. Everything is pretty much totally replaceable. So rig this kayak the way you want it, and if that following year you decide you don't want it like that anymore, you can replace the drop down bucket as well as the hatch. So biggest takeaways of this video, we are using the double header hinges that were on the SS127. The bow bucket is included. Okay, you can put fish finder batteries in here. You can put gear, tackle, whatever, food, oatmeal cream pies, Mountain Dew. I know how some of y'all fishermen are. I'll probably have some beef jerky up here, maybe some almonds. All right, you can fill this thing with whatever you want. And then also the transducer wiring goes right underneath that hatch and into the bucket. And then you also have on either side of the pontoons rod storage, or you can put power poles, etc. And then more up towards the bow, you can put your PFD, clothing, extra batteries, whatever you want up there. So this was Justin from Bonafide Kayaks. Appreciate y'all for watching. Look forward to next week's video. I'll be moving a little bit further back towards the stern. Okay, so look out for that. I'll try to post a video once a week going forward, whether that be on the P127 or any install videos on other boats. So again, thank y'all for watching. Take it easy, and we'll see you on the water.